There are a few films in my adult life that have filled me with terror, with anxiety, with horror, with terrible and tear-invoking nostalgia of getting my ass whooped by my stepfather many a night for doing the most abstain of things that do not deserve an ass whooping. There are a few films that fill me with that fear, and this film ain't one of them, nigga. This film was so fucking garbage. This is a bullshit film. I'm joking. What's going on with you guys? How you name? My name is JT. How you guys doing today? Welcome to the People's Paradise Podcast. What's going on with you, baby? What's going on with you? How you doing today? And today, we're going to talk about my review of the movie It. I just got done seeing the movie It. I just finished seeing the movie It. And I'm going to tell you what I think about the film, tell you what I think, whether it was a good film, whether it was a bad film, whether it was trash, whether it was something benevolent and great, whether it was malintended. We're going to see what we're talking about. But first thing I want you guys to do is do this. Comment on this video and let me know what is the scariest movie you've seen up until seeing It. And I want to let me know if you have seen the movie It already, let me know which one is scary to you now, the previous film that you would have listed or It. Because I watched this film and it's a scary film. It's a scary film. I'll be real with you, it ain't the scariest film I've seen by far, but it did have at least about 4 or 5 moments in the film where I wanted to cover my eyes with a blanket and crawl back under the covers. Keep in mind, you know, I don't scare easily. I don't scare easily. Well, I don't scare easily. I almost said yeah. Then I remember I got 4 or 5 girls watching my YouTube videos who I actually am trying to fuck right now. I don't scare easily. I ain't scared of no niggas out here. Feel me? But nah, it's a dope film, man. I like the plot. Where I can start with the movie is, I like the cinematography in the film. I love films that are set in like the 1980s, and I love when I see films like The It, or even TV shows like Stranger Things that paint a very vivid and very detailed picture for what life was like in the 1980s. Even just seeing the language that the children use with one another. Like, I love seeing films like that show when you see the kids talking to each other, the 11, 12, and 13-year-old kids in the film, they're all saying, well, F this, your mom sucks nuts, your mom doesn't your fuck mom. The reason why I adore parts like that in the film is because I'm so used to hearing older people criticize my generation, young generation criticizing us about how we're so disrespectful, how we don't use manners, how we use phones too much, how we don't go outside. You know, it's just dope watching that film and seeing how effing sick in the head kids were in the 1980s, which were actually our parents. You know, it's just good seeing. It makes me feel happy. It just makes me feel happy to see how messed up kids were in the 80s. But it was dope. What I like most about the film, I'll say, is it was different. I've never read the book It, which is the original book, was written by Stephen King, 30-some odd years ago. Probably not even that long ago. I just really didn't take the time to look it up just because I'm lazy like that. I didn't even watch the It movie series, the movie miniseries that they had on TV, which came out a long time ago. What I like about the film was it was different. Keep in mind, I've been watching a lot of horror movies, and I've been watching a lot of horror movies within the last 3 or 4 weeks, actually. And there's always a constant plot scheme that all the films have. To me, since I have never seen the original film, it's kind of ironic because I promise you, I bet you a lot of films, a lot of horror films, a lot of horror books probably took off of that plot scheme. When I watched It in 2017, even though I know this is a 30 or 20-year-old plot scheme, there's still something about it that's just distinct to me. Even the fact that you made the lead character in the film, who's the older brother, the little boy who was killed in the beginning of the film. I hate to spoil it for you guys if you guys haven't read the book or seen the other film, but even him just having a speech impediment, even just the part about his little brother being killed and them not being scared to put that in the beginning of the film. Surprisingly, even as far as if we come with horror genres and plots, it's very rare that you see a film where a child is mauled and killed in the first 5 minutes of the film. That's what happens to his brother. I hate to spoil it for you, but that's just what happens in the film. That's how distinct it is. And what I've always said with films is, a good film to me is a good film when it's not scared to go past boundaries. And I kind of feel bad sometimes about myself because as I've gotten older, my taste and my critique and what I would say what makes a great horror film has gotten very sick and demented a little bit. You feel me? Like, it takes a lot in the film to make it be like, what, bro, this is scary, bro. I ain't sleeping for 4 days in a row, bro. I ain't, if you feel me, like, it takes a lot for a film to get me into that mindset, into that thought process. Like, man, I ain't never gonna be able to sleep. You feel me? But it did, this film did. It didn't get me in that mind state per se. I don't want you to think I'm a bitch or anything, but it did kind of have me like, oh, nigga, I don't know if I'm I don't know if I'm sleeping. I don't know if I'm going to bed tonight. Like, it was a dope film. You know, what I also liked about the film too is the film also touched on something else this film touched on something else I think we need to acknowledge. You know, of course, the main character in the main antagonist in the film is a very sad and demented version of Ronald McDonald from McDonald's called Pennywise the Clown. I think it's time for us to touch on in American society. I think it is time for us to touch on the uselessness for the existence of clowns. Historically, clowns have scared the living shit out of children. I don't know many kids that actually do like clowns. I don't know any kids that like clowns. Even when I was a kid, I didn't like clowns. I hate clowns. And I'm going to do a video right after this talking about phobias that people have. But I just want to, we need to stay on this. I don't like fucking clowns. I hate fucking clowns. Nobody likes clowns. If anything, this movie, outside of being a record-breaking film, because this film broke all the records, I think it's like the third, I think it has the third highest grossing or the opening weekend for a horror film in the United States. Let me just say, no, is it? No, that's for this year. That's for this year. Let me just say this about this film. Let me just say this right now. Nobody likes clowns. Nobody likes clown. I need the FFFA or the SDA, some high government organization with a 4-letter acronym. Y'all need to pass a law banning clowns. I cannot stand clowns. I hate clowns. And I think this movie sheds light on this. So just want to touch on that. But yeah, it's a dope film. If I had to give it a grade between an F and an A plus, I would give it an A. I would give it an A, and I would highly recommend that you go see the film. I would highly recommend that you go see the film. I think you would enjoy it. I think you would really enjoy it. I think it's dope content. I think the acting is good. Acting is great. Shout out to the little boy. I can't remember his name. He's the little boy who's on the lead characters in Stranger Things. He was in the film, and I just want to say he did a good job too as well. Like I really fuck with this. Was a quality film. It just was a dope film, man. Like I said, I was watching the film as a virgin. You feel me? I'm watching the film. I've never, with the perspective of somebody who has never seen the original film and has never read the book. So, to me, it was just a new concept to be exposed to, and I think it was just dope. And for those who have seen the film, for those of my fans who have seen the film, who I've watched the film, I want you guys to tell me what do you think about the film. What was your perception of the film? What was your favorite scenes in the film? I'm gonna tell you the scene what I didn't like was I don't like how they just skated over the fact that, and those who have seen the film, you know what I'm talking about. Those who haven't seen the film, don't worry. This part that I'm about to expose right now, it's not going to be a spoiler to you for the film. What I don't like about the film is how they just skated over the part about that store clerk being a fucking pedophile. Now, you guys, to those who watch the film, you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't like how they just skeeved over the fact that he's a pedophile. You know, and then, I don't know, maybe he said, I'm gonna have a whole conversation about that. I'm gonna have a whole conversation about that in one of my videos. I might record an extra video and talk about that, but let me know what you guys think. My name is JT. This has been the People's Paradise on YouTube. I want you to do 2 things. 1, press subscribe. Number 2, click share. And I want you to subscribe because, of course, I want to talk to you some more. I want to have more conversation with you. I want us to build a bond. I want us to be friends. I want us to get to the point where we're trying to think of a restaurant that is very good, but commercial enough to whoever comments on this video, I can say, bro, we're going to meet up at that restaurant and chill. Taco Bell, I guess. Taco Bell's this fake Mexican food, but we can go there. So I want us to be cool enough to where we can meet up in a hypothetical scenario. We can meet up at Taco Bell and just talk for hours. So hit me up. Comment, let me know. Comment, let me know what you thought about the video. And also press subscribe, press share. And with that being said, my name is JT. Sleep well, sleep tight, don't let the bag of bugs bite.